Tony Stark releases a free app that turns people into their perfect versions, but then he began charging $100 for a subscription, leaving everyone who used it very desperate for it. So people began to rob each other to pay for the subscription, which was eventually noticed by Daredevil, leading him to find out about the app. He went to confront Tony, but quickly got thrown out of the tower. However, when the party was over, Matt showed up once again to kidnap Tony, taking away him from all technology, but Tony reveals that he had upgraded to symbiotic tech, with which he ends up knocking Matt out. Matt then wakes in his apartment and is shocked to realize that he had gotten his eyesight back. And while Tony is taunting him, Matt was curious about how is this possible until Tony tells him that it's because he had used his app on him while he was asleep. However, he was not buying it at all, telling Tony to stop playing God, to which Tony replied that he's not playing God, instead he's been playing human all this time. And after getting to see Foggy, Matt's vision slowly fades, and then he goes back to stop Tony, but he whipped off all of Matt's memory. Tony then hires a supervillain to work for him, promising him that he'll cure him, which he was absolutely lying about. Tony was also monitoring the entire city at all times. He sells the government a weapon for $200 billion, and then takes that money to buy out the media and control the narrative around himself. However, an old AI of himself finally stands up against him, but Tony uses everyone who had ever used his app to create a human shield. And after eventually getting the best of that AI, Tony continues his evil doings until he fights Cap, as the two then die to a crashing helicarrier right before Secret Wars.